Welcome to this week's session with Putnam County District Library, the Guiding Ohio Online Grant. This week, we're going to look at something called PhotoWords. PhotoWords uses Google Slides to create this. Basically, what you're doing is you're taking a word, you're going to put the word in, and you're going to put a picture in to that image of the word. So I've got a couple examples here. One is with using the word winter. And notice then that what I've done is I've put in images here of snow. And then I've got another one here called sunrise. And again, I have an image of a sunrise that's mixed right into my word. So the way to start is you would log into a Google account. If you do not already have one, you can simply go online, create a Google account. It is free. What happens when you log into Google then is you'll have a page that will come up like this with the 9 dots here in the corner. You're going to simply click on this and you're going to go to Slides. Slides is the yellow icon. Click on that, and then what will come up is, you notice here I have all of these. These are just the most recent ones that I have been into with my account. If you just start with a fairly new account, you might not have hardly anything listed here. So I'm going to simply click here on blank, and this is going to create a whole new slide for me. Now when it does this, I am going to simply click and I'm going to get rid of the box for title. So I'm simply clicking the delete key, I'm highlighting it, hit the delete key, and get rid of the subtitle. So now I have what appears to kind of like a blank piece of paper, a blank screen, nothing on it. I am going to then go up to the top and I'm going to go here where my insert is located, and I'm going to insert word art. Word art will then come up with a box, and I am going to type in the word vacation. Now the first thing I am going to do is I'm going to make sure that I type this in all caps. Works much better if it's in all caps. So I've got the word vacation, and I will simply hit the return key or the enter key, and now I have the word vacation. Now before I do anything else, I want to make sure that I change the format of my text. With text, in fact all text except for one, is the image itself. You cannot write into the letters. There's only one that you can. So you will then need to go up and you will need to go to where your different letter types, the fonts, are located. Now I've got my font type. It's the only one I can use. It's called Zilla Slab Highlight. If you do not have that, which is a good possibility, if you're fairly new, you will not have that available, you would go to More Fonts. When you go to More Fonts, you simply would type in Zilla, and notice it comes up here, and I would then check mark it and say, okay, yes, add that in. So I want Zilla Slab Highlight. And then what happens is I have that added. Then I can go back to my different font types and change it over. So now I have it at the bottom here. I simply click on that. Notice up here at the top, that is what you now see. The other thing that you want to do with your letters, or you want to make sure that they are bold. So now I have bold letters. And notice I click anywhere in the box, I can move it around on my page. If for some reason I was maybe using a smaller word, I would then adjust and make it as the same size or as close to as big as what my page is. Now that I have that in here with my word, I then can now go out and I can find an image. I'm going to click one more time here. If you notice, I kind of cut off my my B there a little bit is being cut off. So I'm going to want to make sure that I got that all in there. Make it as big as I possibly can. Okay, so I have my word vacation in here now. Now I am looking to insert again. This time I want to insert my image. So I'm going to simply go to insert image, and I'm going to grab this from my computer. You could search the web if you maybe have your photos, however you want to go about getting an image. So if I go insert image, upload from my computer, then what I'm going to do is, I believe I have mine saved out in my downloads. So I have my downloads. Nope, it's not where I have them. Let's see, I have them on my desktop, maybe, or documents. Let's see where they're at. Yes, here they are. Under desktop is where my image is located. And this is the image that I want to use. I'm simply going to say open. Now I've got this image that is appearing on my screen. What I am going to want to do though is obviously the image is not as big as my picture. So I am going to start with, and first thing is I'm going to adjust the size of my image here a little bit, which will, notice I'm going to stretch it, which will change my proportion on the image somewhat, but it works okay. This is not what you would want to do if you were doing something like with a photograph, because what would happen is you're going to stretch people's faces and make things look very distorted. But with what we're doing with PhotoWords here, it works just fine. And then I'm going to go in and I'm going to actually, I got my image this way, the size I want it. I'm going to shrink it down here at the top, shrink it down here, or shrink it up, I guess. Now, notice I've lost my word. Cannot see my word back behind. So I've got to click here on my image. And when I go up here to the top where my format options are, notice now over here on the side, this popped up. I've got these options that I can use. I'm going to go to the adjustment option, and I am going to, I've got the image. Notice it's got my blue boxes around it, so I have it highlighted. I'm going to change the transparency. By changing the transparency, now I can see both my word and as well as my image. So I'm going to shrink it up some more here with my image, because I want to get it into the size of my box is what I'm after. So I'm going to do the same thing here again, shrink it down. Now I have everything fitting within that box of my text box. So I can change this transparency back. Now I've got my full image, and then I'm going to want to take this image, because obviously what I've got going is my picture is in front of my text. So I need to arrange this. And when I go to arrange, I go to order. And I'm going to say send to the background. Now notice what happens. My word vacation is visible with my picture back behind. Again, if you look, I still have my text box, and notice my text box is kind of a grayish color. So again, if I highlight my text box, I can change that back here. I can change it to white. Again, there it is. Now I still have my outline around my box. So again, if I click on this time I'm going to go up here to the top, and notice my border is black. So I'm going to simply change that to white. Now when I click away from this, I have my word vacation, and it is simply showing the image back behind the word. So now I have exactly what I'm after. The one thing, then if I wanted to use this, if I wanted to print it out, if I wanted to, whatever I might want to do with this, remember I can always go here to File, and I can download this. So I could download it as a JPEG image or a PNG image at this point, and then I would be able to use this wherever I might want this image to appear. So quite a few steps involved here, but hopefully it is at a slow enough pace, or if you want to simply rewind and play over through the YouTube, you can figure out how to make your own photo word. Hope everyone has a great week.